Hello there, welcome back to Weird Writing Prompts, a segment where I seek to inspire you to write, if just for a little bit. Today, as always, I have a weird prompt just for you, as well as some of the tools to get you right into the writing gear. It doesn't matter if this is the first time you're writing creatively or you haven't written in a long while. Either way, as with any discipline, the best way to get good at something is just through practice. And that is the goal behind these exercises. I want to just inspire you, give you a challenge. And the challenge, of course, as always, is to write for 10 minutes non-stop. Really, there is actual time in this video allocated for you to write. I even put some music in there to get you right into the mood. Now, you're watching this video, I assume you got 10 minutes to spare and you feel like you are up to the challenge, so let's take it from the top. How about you go grab your notebook and pen or open up your favorite writing software of choice. Feel free to pause the video if you need extra time to, close the door, get settled, or go fill up your water bottle, which I need to do. Stay hydrated. For the time being, I'm gonna count backwards from 3, and when I get to 0, I'm gonna assume that you're ready to get moving, okay? Pause the video if you have to. 3, 2, 1, 0. Now, it should go without saying, but as with any exercise that I present to you, you are free. You have all the power to modify the exercise to fit whatever you feel like writing. Change the characters, change the setting, change the twists, or even twist them further. And of course, you're also allowed, almost encouraged, to use your own characters or to find ways to work this scene into the story that you're working on. The goal of this, remember, is to write for 10 minutes non-stop. Anything you need to do to get yourself there is fine by me, no worries. Now, I think that we're ready to get started. You're settled in, you got your writing software or notebook, and it's time to talk about today's prompt. And it's a weird one indeed, and it's titled The Lonely Child of Ragnarök. Write a scene from the point of view of a character as they walk into a town that appears to be abandoned. The catch? Not so long ago, there was a terrible crisis or event that toppled all nations and nearly killed every human in the entire world. Your character is one of the lucky survivors. Double catch? As your character enters the abandoned town, they hear the sounds of a child crying for help. Now, from the exterior, this may seem like a relatively not so weird prompt, but I urge you to look below the surface. Consider not only what is going on, but what happened before. How did our character survive the apocalypse? Ragnarök, if you may. What did they have to do? What choices did they have to make in order to survive? And let us not forget about the setting. What does this world look like? What does the end look like? Is this world barren, devoid of all life, or could it be that there's plenty of life and it's not to be trusted? And above all, what does our character think? What comes to their mind the instant that they come upon the sounds of a child? Is it happiness? Is it joy? Or is it fear? Could it be that there are things out there that can take upon the guise of a child? Or maybe, there may be, but our character does not know about it. These and many other questions can be answered and only be answered by you, brotherly friend. Be brave, make choices, jump right in. This is your chance. The story is yours and only you can write it. Take a moment, consider the questions that I put forward, the scenario, a character, the world that remains, and the sounds of a child crying for help. Consider this image. The image that only you can see. Hold on to that and just take a deep breath. Take a moment. Stop. Consider. Hurrying into things is not the most effective, and to prevent you from worrying about the hurry, from worrying about one of the worst things about writing, which is first lines, I'm gonna give you the first line of this story. I'm gonna tell you how this story began so you can just dive right in. A launch pad to get you writing, you could say. This story about the world that remains starts like this. I thought I was alone. And so, The time to write is here. At last, the time to write is upon us. Pick up your pen, get your fingers ready. This is your chance. Go write this story. You have a perception of it, a view, a take on this story that only you can write. Go out and do it. 3, 2, 1, go! 60 seconds remaining. Alright, time's up! Pencils down, fingers off the keyboard! If you minimize this video, please bring it back up. And now that you're back, consider your story and consider the words that you wrote, and with the satisfaction of a victor, take a deep breath. Alright, so 10 minutes is not a long time or a lot of time to write, is it? I know I say this every time, but I say that because every video is somebody's first video, and if you have never seen these videos, 10 minutes, a challenge, is the way that we used to do things in college. The professor would put forward a set of words, a character, a situation, and we would all write. And the whole classroom would go quiet. It was kind of amazing. I hardly noticed it myself because I was always listening to my music. Talking about music, the track you heard today was called Snowfall on Forbidden Lands, as done by Saley and Sapphire. And of course, this track came from OCRemix.org. OCRemix is a wonderful website filled with passionate people who are doing something amazing, making remixes of your favorite video game tracks and putting them out there for free. If you would like to go and download the song you heard today and keep it in your musical writing library, there should be a link to it in the description down below. I love OCRemix, they're awesome, they make tons of albums, and there is probably something out there for you, so go out and get looking, okay? Now, with that being said, today's prompt was interesting because I've always been a big fan of stories in which the world may be a character, but it's not the main character. I'm not sure how you tackled this story. You might have done something entirely different than what I would have done, but I just love the struggle. The struggle of a character who is already in a terrible situation and finds themselves at an impasse. You know, was the child actually a child? Did they seek to help them, or did they leave them behind? It's already hard enough to survive as just one person. Does that make them selfish? Of course, but not everyone is selfless. And ultimately, the characters of our stories don't have to be good people. They just gotta be people. That is how we relate to them, on a one-to-one level. And I hope that no matter what you wrote about, that you had fun. That you jumped out there and you sought to grab this image of the world that you saw and the characters and the words that they spoke, and you put it to paper or in your word processor. I hope that you had fun. And I hope that if anything, you wrote for a little bit today, and I inspire you to do maybe a little bit more. This challenge is always going to be here if you want to come back, do a different take on it, or expand from the characters you made. Your time, your work, your effort, your writing. This is yours. Do with it as you please. For the time being, though, I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for spending a little bit of your day with me. If you would like to share what you wrote today, as well as leaving suggestions for future prompts ideas, then please let me know in the comments down below. But anyhow, I gotta get going. I hope that you had fun, and I hope that I got you writing. For the time being, again, thank you for watching. Thank you for spending a little bit of your day with me. And I'll see you on the next one.